Hey guys, welcome to Video Game Corner. It's me, Jason, and I'm going to be doing my new news and stuff segment on my channel. And today we're going to be talking about news and stuff. So sit back, relax, and let's do it. It's Monday morning. It's August 10th, 2015, and let's talk about a few things. A couple things I wanted to talk about is I was reading some articles about different stuff and things, and one of the things I was reading about is that Bethesda is in no hurry to make a new Elder Scrolls game, which I found to be interesting. They are focusing on Fallout 4, which is why that's what they said. And I was thinking, it's been what three? It's been like 4 years since was it 2011 or 12 that Skyrim came out? So it's been about 3 to 4 years now that we've had a new Elder Scrolls game. Of course, we did have Elder Scrolls Online, and I haven't played it, but I kind of want to. I was going to buy it when it came out, but I decided to wait because I was just looking at the graphics, and they were just weren't very good. And I'm not all about the graphics. I mean, I look at the gameplay also. But the thing about the gameplay that was bugging me was that I was looking at some of the quests people were doing. They were just kind of like blah and boring. It's like collect things. It's like collect crap. And I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, I've never played an MMO before. Is that what MMOs are? Just collecting pointless junk just to have busy work? Or, because in Skyrim you had some of those kinds of quests, like collect 10 bear skins, crap like that, but, I mean, I don't know. I like to have, I like the whole guild quests and the sidelines, side quests, sideline, whatever you want to call. You have the guild, you have the Dark Brotherhood and stuff like that, and I know that the Skyrim, or not Skyrim, but the Elder Scrolls Online game has a lot of potential because they're going through all of Tamriel, so it's not just, it's going to be, going through all the different worlds like Daggerfall and Skyrim and Morrowind and stuff. And I mean, that's pretty cool. So I'll get it eventually, and I'll probably play it and get hooked, get hooked into it. I know that the battles that they were showing online, I mean, when they're advertising, weren't what you got in the game. In the game, they were kind of just like lackluster. So, which, what are you gonna do? Um, it doesn't mean they can't come out with, when they do expansions and add on to the game, that it won't have all the stuff you want. So, I'll play it eventually. I just need to make sure I don't get so hooked on it that I never do anything else. Another thing, so they're talking about they're gonna wait on another Elder Scrolls installment of an actual single player game. But when they do announce it, I'm gonna be right up there front of the line because I put about 100 hours into Oblivion, and then I put about 500 hours into Skyrim. I actually platinumed Skyrim. It was one of my little personal things I wanted to do, and I did it, and it was pretty fun. I had a wife and a family and kids, and I had all my armors. I was able to get my armor, my blacksmithing perks up to 100%, and which is really cool because I can make the dragon armor and weapons, and it was pretty fun. I had a lot of cool stuff in it. I think I leveled up to around level 50. So, the only thing I didn't do in the list of stuff, but it didn't count against my platinuming it, is one of the DLC trophies where I have to fight a legendary dragon, which doesn't spawn until you hit level 80. So that was the only thing. I mean, I'll do it eventually. It's just, one of those things where I was tired of just grinding constantly trying to get my levels up. So I was a little burnt out on Skyrim at the time, but I got the platinum. So anywho, oh, just so you guys know, the footage you're watching is Tomb Raider and the Temple of Osiris. It's a really cool thumbstick shooter, Tomb Raider thumbstick shooter. It's got some platforming puzzles, really fun little boss battles. It's not too difficult of a game. It's not too hard either. It's got just enough fun challenge. I've been having fun with the game. It's one of the free games on PlayStation Plus this month, so for the PS4. So if you are interested in it, that's where you can get it for free and play it. Also, I wanted to talk about excuse me, sorry about that. I also want to talk about Hidetaka Miyazaki. As you guys all know, I'm a big Dark Souls fan, so the one thing I want to talk about is people are saying, maybe he's stretching himself too thin because he's working on the DLC for Bloodborne and he's working on Dark Souls 3. But he says, he said to everybody, "Don't worry, I've done this before." But before he wasn't president of From Software like he is now. I mean, he's the head top dog of From Software, the head of the company. So I'm sure that has more responsibilities that he didn't have in the past. But the guy is a perfectionist, and he has this whole thing about he doesn't put if it's not quality that he's happy with, he won't release it. So he didn't do Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 2 has more of a linear style with a lot simpler storytelling. And yeah, he didn't have anything to do with that, except he created the source material, of course, but he didn't do that game. He is working on Dark Souls 3, which is it's a lot of it looks more like Dark Souls 1. I've actually had some people ask me to look at the trailers and actually give my opinions and stuff, which I think I'm going to do here pretty soon. I'll get both trailers that are up. They have a gameplay and then a cinematic trailer, and I'll start going through it and giving my opinions on it and stuff I think is cool and all that. And we'll go ahead and do that. And then also, I had some people request a Bloodborne review, so I'll probably end up doing that also. But yeah, he said he worked on when he was working on Demon Souls, he was also working on Armored Core back in the old days. So we'll just we'll see what happens, because Dark Souls 3 looks very apocalyptic version of Dark Souls 1, and one of the cities from Dark Souls 1 is named Anor Londo. It's this big giant castle, and it's this big city surrounding it. And it looks like there's a ruined version in the Dark Souls 3 trailer, which is like, it's pretty cool. And everybody who's seen it, all the fans have watched it, and everybody's like 90% sure that that's Anor Londo all destroyed and messed up. And if it is, I mean, that's going to be cool. So, but we'll see. I will say that the beginning of the Dark Souls 3 trailer kind of gives me that Dark Crystal feel, that old Jim Henson film, Dark Crystal, where all the old elders, or the old mystics or whatever they were called, are walking through the desert, and they have those things on their back and they're all hunched over. That's what it reminds me of, the beginning of Dark Souls. I wouldn't doubt that Miyazaki says that he got that idea for that part from Dark Crystal, because he has he has a lot of fantasy roots, Western fantasy roots. There's actually this thing that a lot of people don't know, is when he was a kid, he would read a lot of Western fantasy novels, and he would tend to, because of his English was so bad, that he'd actually have to make up things and add parts of the story in, which was really cool. That's why the Souls series are written with item descriptions and things, and that you never get the entire story when you're playing a Souls game, when you're trying to understand the story. But the stories are so deep and rich, and all you have to do is basically open your ears and your eyes and you'll see it. And it's not force-fed to you like every other game on the planet, but that's what makes those the Souls games so unique. So yeah, and plus Bloodborne never felt like a complete game to me. Felt like it was missing. I mean, sure, it was lacking a lot of weapons, and I've already had the arguments of people about the weapons, and I have my own opinion, they have their opinion, and It's what it is. Of course, they say I'm full of shit, but that's okay. They can say what they want. I don't care. Boo hoo. So anyway, another thing I'd like to talk about is Konami. And I guess this new CEO, I heard that his father was the old Konami CEO, and he took over, and he's just complete numbnuts. And so first we have Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, which I was so excited for, but I won't give Konami one red cent ever again after the way they've been acting. Plus, when I find out how they treat their employees, for those of you who don't know, Konami, they put all these cameras up in their offices, not for security, but to watch their employees. Then on top of that, if an employee is getting ready to leave the company or has left the company, they'll monitor social media, and if the other people, the other employees that are currently with the company say something positive to them about it, all of a sudden they're getting transferred to janitorial work in one of the Konami gyms or something, or, working in the pachinko warehouse or some crap. And it's like, why would you do that? It makes no sense. Why do you take your people who are strongest working with, let's say video game design, and put them, polishing pachinko machines or something? It's like, it makes no sense. But, as Forrest Gump always said, stupid is as stupid does. And they does some stupid nowadays. So, but yeah, you got Kojima sitting there. They've taken his name off of Metal Gear Solid. The guy made the series. The guy created the series. The guy's been making money for them for a lot of years. And he's obviously had a good enough relationship with Konami for a lot of years. And, yeah, they just can't seem to be professional. And that's sad. That's a sad state when a company that large can't be professional. So they have to act like a bunch of spoiled babies, and when they act like spoiled babies, we need to stop giving them money to go buy candy at the corner store. So it's time, I think a lot of us should just, tell them no more. If they want to be a pachinko company and all that, let them go be a pachinko company. They don't need our money. So let them go ahead and be stupid. We have things like, they haven't made a Castlevania game, or they had announced Silent Hills and then canceled it, and they had the frickin' Dream Team working on it. And then we have the Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, and then they whatever happened with Kojima, so he's gone. So it's just bad, a lot of bad decisions, a lot of just asininery, as I would say. It's just stupid. So I was watching, they put out these two trailers recently for the Castlevania pachinko machine and the Silent Hill pachinko machine. And the Castlevania was, they went ahead and redrew some characters like Richter and stuff, and basically updated the graphics from what we've seen in the past. And they had Dracula and stuff, and it was for the pachinko machine. And then they had all these girls in it dressed up as, real skimpy clothes, showing their boobs off, which is fine and all. All us guys like girls with boobs and stuff, but it's just you've taken Castlevania and turned it into a gambling device, which is really ridiculous. It's ridiculous to all levels. So, and then on top of that, they did the same thing with Silent Hill recently, and it's like, they don't want to do and they took a lot of footage from Silent Hill 2. It's like, you guys really don't want to make a real Silent Hill game, because that might actually take effort. And same thing with Castlevania, might just take effort to actually do it right. And yeah, they've when it comes to video games, they have no interest in being a video game company anymore. They want to do gambling machines and, I guess, gyms or whatever the hell else they do. But, if that's what they want to do, and if they make money, do it, and let them do it. They don't need my money. They've made it very clear they don't need my money. So sadly, I won't be buying Phantom Pain. If I ever do buy it, it'll be from from a private party. But I don't. I think that's going to be a hard decision because I don't want to show them any kind of interest. As much as I want to play the Phantom Pain, but you know, sometimes you gotta just. I'm gonna wait a while. Um, it's just sad. It's just so now we have all these great Konami titles that we've all grew up with, like Contra and Castlevania, Silent Hill, um, and we haven't had we haven't had a real Silent Hill console game since Downpour, and I didn't like Downpour myself. I know some people liked it. I'm one of those weirdos. I thought Homecoming was fun, even though it didn't really feel. It had a lot of like combat, but it didn't really feel like. I like kind of like the backstory with the father and the kids, and them sacrificing the firstborn. I thought, that was kind of a neat horror story element. Um, it was a good horror game, but I don't know if it was the best Silent Hill game. And then 4 I haven't played all the way through yet, but I have played 1, 2, and 3, and those are the original trilogy was classic. Silent Hill classic, at its best. And then we've got Bloodstain that got funded from the guy who did Symphony of the Night. Got funded in one day. I mean, the people are saying what they want. If these companies aren't listening, then there's not much more we can do. We've been yelling until we're blue in the face, and they're not. They're either not going to listen or they are, and it seems like Konami doesn't care. So let's let Konami just be on its way. Let it, fade into obscurity, and if it wants to be a pachinko company, let it be a pachinko company. So anyway, guys, tell me what you think. Um, I'm hoping to do a couple more of these news and stuff videos by the end of the week. I'm going to try to do 3 episodes a week if I can. If I don't have enough news to work with, I can't. But we'll just have to just see, and if I'm not going to make any promises, so I'm just going to do the best I can, and that's all I can really do. So anyway, guys, this is Video Game Corner, and this is news and stuff. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.